Welcome everyone to Throwback Thursday, and today we're dealing with Forza Motorsport 2. So yeah, this is the first of 4 Forza games that we're dealing with in the run-up to the much anticipated Forza Motorsport 6. And yeah, this is the first of the 4. I was going to play Forza Motorsport itself, but I can't find it, and I don't think it works on 360, so yeah, never mind. I think yeah, it does work on 360, I just can't find it. So yeah, we'll deal with Forza Motorsport 2. It's easily the more up-to-date looking game out of the first two. It's got 349 cars, which is a hell of a lot of cars, especially compared to Forza Motorsport 5, which didn't even have 300. So yeah, this has more cars than even the latest Forza Motorsport game. All the cars are divided into 6 production classes. D, C, B, A, S and U. I think that's it, yeah. Something like that. And then 4 race classes, R4, R3, R2 and R1. The race cars can't be taken into one of the production classes, and the production class cars can't be taken into the race car classes, I don't think. But yeah, there's plenty of cars, and I'll show you off a few of them. Some of them are making a return to Forza Motorsport 6, though not many. But what I do like about this is how they're split up into countries, and then it shows the cars up in a list before you even go into them. So yeah, we'll start off with Japan and Toyota. So yeah, the Toyota MRS, Supra. There's plenty of the cars that you've seen before on the Forza Motorsport games, but they do have upgraded versions of the cars, tuned cars by manufacturers on their own. So yeah, upgraded version of the MRS there. MR2 upgraded. Another MR2 upgraded. Another MR2 upgraded. Yeah, they have a lot of MR2s. But yeah, Celica upgraded, a Sora upgraded, and Supra. There's several big, powerful Supras on this, like this one. 888 horsepower in that. And this one has 860. Has more speed on it, but less acceleration. And then you got the racing version. Yeah, there's plenty of racing versions, and you got that. The Super Fortune 99, I ain't unlocked that because it's been a while since I played this, but yeah, it has more than 1,000 horsepower, so it kind of rivals that Fast and Furious Super that I was. And then you got racing cars, and then you got the Nissans. I have no idea why that's in this. Sylvia, and then Altima. Yeah, we never had that in before. Yeah, just a bunch of ordinary Nissans. Fair Lady, Skylines, upgraded Skyline there, Mines. This is making a return to Forza Motorsport series in Forza Motorsport 6, so I am happy to see it, because it is a mental car. 550 horsepower and it weighs 2,264 pounds. So yeah, cracking little car that is. Another upgraded Skyline, and then yeah, you have your upgraded Fair Lady Z, another Skyline upgraded. So yeah, plenty of upgraded versions of cars. I'll quickly flick through these. Wings West upgraded car there. Aero Gear, Mugen. So yeah, they really did go into tuned cars by other manufacturers, which I thought is a really good idea. It's a shame they don't really do that anymore, but hey ho, can't always get everything. Mazdas. It's a weird selection of Mazdas though, I think, because it's got someone that you wouldn't even think of them having. And then you got your Subarus, you got your normal Imprezas and your Subaru Legacy. And then you got a racing version. Onto the American cars. Camaros, as usual, Chevelles, Corvettes. Then you got several upgraded Corvettes, the Gullstrand edition, just over 500 horsepower. Then you have the Lingenfelter edition, more than 700 horsepower, hell of a lot of torque as well. I think it's got turbochargers on that. And then you got a racing Corvette, even that has a lot of power. And then you have a bunch of racing Corvettes, all varying in power. Dodges, all normal really. Besides, really, Hennessy version of the Viper, really. Yep, you all thought they only did other cars, newer cars, but nope, Hennessy were doing cars way back in year 2000 with Vipers. And look at the amount of power that's getting out of that. Hell of a lot of torque. And your Fords. Most of the Fords are typical really, besides a couple of upgraded ones, like this Focus Sport one. 334 horsepower and it's front wheel drive still. Even beating the Ford Focus RS for power. And you got Cura. So yeah, these are basically just Hondas but Americanized. Though I've never seen that in a Forza game before, or since even. Yeah, I think we might have had a newer version of that, but I don't think we've had that version in. And Chrysler. Chrysler has had a Eagle under these and Plymouth. Though this is a car that we don't have. I'm sorry you can't see it in all its glory, but yeah, it's a concept car by Chrysler, the ME412. 850 horsepower and it only weighs 2,800. Yeah, blistering car. I'm pretty sure that can do like 240 mile an hour or something like that. Then you got your normal Salines, Mustang versions and just all the Salines versions. Lexus are all typical. Panos, you've probably heard of the Esperante and its racing versions. Now this is interesting because this car here has been in other Forza games after this, but it's not in Forza 5. Shelby in general somewhat omitted from Forza 5, so I hope they come back in Forza 6. And then Cadillac CTS-V, then you got GTO, GTO Hardtop and Solstice. This is something else that's not in Forza games of late, though you do have the Judge. I still would like this as well as, because I like the style of that car. And Saturn, not interested in that. Buick Regal and the Infiniti G35 and the Scion TC. Now weirdly, Porsche were in this game before EA ruined it for everyone by taking the license and making other game companies wait for the privilege to have the car in the game. But yeah, all the usual Porsches, all of these I think are in the pack that came out with Forza Horizon 2. Then you got your Audis, TT, S4, RS6. I really like that RS6. I know it's a bit heavy, more than £4,000, but that engine is sweet. And I like that one as well. Then you got a bunch of racing ones, then you got a bunch of Le Mans cars. VW, all usual, Golfs, Beetles, Corrados. Now weirdly, there's not many BMWs in this game. Outside of the M3, there's only a couple of racing cars, which I find weird really, because it's not like there weren't plenty of BMWs to choose from back in 2007 when this was released. And then the Mercedes, you got your mainly AMGs, and you got your classic Gullwing, and then you got your SLR, which has only been out a couple of years, and then your racing AMG Mercedes. And then you got your Opel, which are basically just Vauxhalls, and then you got your Mini Cooper, and you got your Ferraris. All of these are really typical. Your Dino, your 250, your F355, 360, 6112 Scaglietti, F430, GTO, F40, 330 P4, F50, Enzo, and then a bunch of racing ones, including one that was only recently put in Forza 5. And then you got your normal Lamborghinis. All of these are typical, though that is omitted from Forza 5. I don't think it's in Forza 6, which is a shame. And Maserati, just Grand Sport and MC12 racing versions, and it's normal one. And then the Lancia Delta and Stratos, all normal. Pagani's on the C12, all normal. You got a Lotus in here that's not, I don't think has been in a recent Forza game, 135R. Very light car, and has 135 horsepower, so it can make all the use of that horsepower because it's so light. And then this is nearly as light but more power. And then the Exige, as light as that really. No, it's even lighter. It's got the same amount of power but less torque. Weird. And then your V8 Esprit, and then your Carlton, and your Exige Cup 240 TVR. Got a Cerberus V12 along with the Tuscan S, Cigaris and Tuscan. That's a stupidly mental car. 800 horsepower and it only weighs that amount. Shame they didn't put that in the production, but it's considered way too fast. And you got your XK, E-Type and XJ220. I wish they'd put the convertible E-Type in, because I do not like the roof on that E-Type, never have. McLaren, typical F1 and all the racing versions. Vauxhall, you got your Astra, your Monaro. That's a mad car that understeers and torque steers to hell, that car does. VX220 and Monaro. Aston does DB9 Coupe and V12 Vantage. Surprised there's no DB5 in there. And Bentley Continental GT in their Le Mans car. Peugeot's just a bunch of normal hatchbacks, pretty boring to be honest. And then Renault, you got the Clio Renault Sport 197 and the V6 IRS, both nice cars. And Spain, just Seats, Leon Cupra, or Leons. That I like that one, but the other two are a bit boring to be honest. And Sweden, ooh, got Volvo. They do get expanded in further games, but they're omitted from Forza 5. Only just recently came into Forza Horizon 2 actually. So you've only got a couple of them. You've got your Koenigsegg. Super quick car, even though it doesn't even have all that much power to be honest. And then Saab. Yay. Hope these make a return to Forza 6, because they do have plenty of good cars, including the 99 Turbo. And then Korea. Hyundai, Tuscany, Elisa. I actually like that car. I think it looks pretty cool. Looks like a Ferrari in red. And Proto Motors, something that's a bit of a rarity to be honest. Quite a small, light sports car to be honest. A bit underrated. Bit ugly, but probably drives really well. So yeah, there's all the cars, all 349 of them. Yeah, so I'm going to show you off the driving in one of my own cars. I think we'll go for the Mustang and test drive it. I'll show you some of the tracks. So yeah, we've got the Laguna Seca, we've got 2 versions of Mugello, Nürburgring, and then 2 versions of Road Atlanta, 3 versions of Sebring, 3 versions of Silverstone. All of these have reverse versions of them as well. 3 versions of Suzuka, 2 versions of Scuba, and then Maple Valley 2 versions. Then New York Circuit, something that's a fan favourite and surprisingly hasn't made a return. Nissan Speedway, Sunset Peninsula, another track that I miss. And then a bunch of test tracks, all varying degrees of difficulty. That is insane, that one. Look at how many corners it's got. It's got like 20 corners on that. And then these are all the reverse versions. I think we'll go on New York for all time's sake, just because I've missed driving this compared since I think it was on Forza 3. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've driven on this track. Would be nice if they brought some more fake tracks in. I say fake, but it's still based on an actual city. But it would be nice to see them on Forza 6. And in all honesty, this hasn't aged all that badly, to be honest. Originally it ran at 60 frames per second in 720p. Obviously this is going to look better on YouTube with it being in 1080p. I'm not going to make these videos too long because it's probably stuff you've all seen before. This actually has a supercharger on it, a low pressure one. Yeah, they're the views, you don't have any interior views on it. Yeah, this car's been upgraded, so that's why it's in 6K. This car couldn't even crack 130 stock, so that's why it had to be upgraded. But yeah, in all honesty, it doesn't look all that bad, to be honest. The driving physics aren't brilliant, but then again, neither was the feedback from the controller all that much in terms of the 0361. Yeah, it's all familiar. There's nothing that stands out drastically in terms of it compared to the newer ones. Only real difference is graphics, sound, and driving physics. Besides that, it's all normal. You've got your typical driving assist, stability, control, STM, ABS, and GCS. And it's got a full damage model on it as well, varying from cosmetic to simulation, so you can like damage your car like this, and it brings up a diagram showing what's been damaged and how severe. As you can see, the window screen's gonna... Oh, here we go. It's gonna show it off. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was purely accidental, but as you can see, the car is now ruined. Engine's smoking, the bodywork's been smashed, windows are gone. So yeah. This is well ahead of its time. And considering it is 8 years old, it still does look good. So yeah, I hope you've seen enough of this. I didn't want to keep them too long because it is probably all familiar to anyone who's played through the Forza series. I certainly am very familiar with it because each game up until Forza 5 I've just played more and more of it. With Forza 4, I don't know whether I should admit this because it is probably sounds a bit sad, but I've played about 1500 hours of Forza 4. So yeah, I did play a hell of a lot of it, to say the least. And yeah, this was a great game in the day, and to be honest, it still somewhat holds up now. If you've never played a racing game before in your life, or even seen one, this would seem like the best thing in the world, quite frankly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.